Hello, group two, and welcome to my reading for you guys in regards to what parental connection you need to heal in order to find your true bliss. So, with this particular deck, I feel like it's both parents because you have a mixture of male and female energy in this deck versus the first one that had just the mother, feminine energy. So you have the traveler as part of the identification for the mother energy. And it says move in a new direction. Then you have snake, shed old skin. So the mother energy is the traveler. She's the one that was more of the lighthearted individual in the connection between you and your parents, I feel, whereas your dad was this more rigid, unchanging individual. I also get that he could have been in law enforcement, or he could be in law enforcement. Please don't hold on too deeply to what I'm saying, because I do acknowledge that some people's parents are deceased and some people's parents are still alive. So I use the verbiage interchangeably. So don't take offense to it if I say was, because I'm not saying that they're dead or that they're going to die or anything like that. I'm just being trying to be open to all energies and possibilities here. So with King of Swords here as the first tarot card as a scenario, I feel like this is more so your father's energy. So the more logical, militant type energy, and he was set in his ways, and it's like constantly your mother was over here like, oh, Earl, Hank, you need to stop being so rigid, stop being so flaky, stop being this, that, and third. And it's like over here the father energy is like, I'm not changing who I am. Who I am and who I've been has gotten me where I am now. And it's like your mother, like, she just basically tried to keep everything balanced. I also get here too that your parents could have divorced because they argued so much. With this King of Swords here being clarified by the Five of Wands and also being clarified by the Lovers, I feel that um, you guys basically grew up watching your parents argue, watching them fight. I also get the sense that your father could have, with the being indicated by the snake energy, that he was conniving, that he wasn't faithful to your mother. So for some of you, this is very much so an energy of feeling split and feeling more partial to the mother energy of this reading. And for some of you, it's like you wish that your mother would have taken more of a stronger approach than she did towards your father. Your mother was or is very loving, very much so grounded and gifted with things of the earth. So she could have a green thumb. She could be someone who likes to plant things. I also get the feeling that you also developed that gift from her as well, being able to grow plants, being able to, you were like, it's like you guys kind of, for some reason, for some of you, I'm getting the sense that you grew up on a farm, that you grew up in some rural part of town or an area in your childhood, or either even in your adolescenthood, and it's like your mother showed you some of the most beautiful things, and then your father would turn around and be nasty and be ugly and be hateful to your mother and to you at times. But he would always try and turn around and make it right with this love offer with, oh, I'm sorry, honey, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to say that. So it's like you watched your parents go through this unhealthy level of back and forward at times. And um, unhealthy level of back and forward, and this unhealthy just level of dedication too. For some of you, like I said, your mom was the one that asked for the divorce. If it's always been in the clouds and always been underneath this cloud of confusion of who divorced who, your mother basically asked for that divorce because your father, there were some toxic things that you witnessed and you did not witness that your mother experienced that were deeply wounding. So now it's like your mother has like this nomadic type energy, this nomadic spirit. And it's like where she looks so lively and beautiful, your father over here looks all crispy and old, which is why it says shed old skin. You know, the older your mother gets, it's like the more youthful she becomes, whereas your dad is the exact opposite. He begins to look his age and because of his attitude. So I don't know why Spirit gave me so much detail with that. I guess it's to kind of help whoever's watching this um, understand that this is definitely their reading. But with this Five of Wands here, it's like I was saying, a lot of the fighting that you witnessed growing up as a child, you've internalized it and it's manifested and externalized in some of your relationships. And so some of the things that your parents taught you, well, at least this father energy, this father figure taught you, or this mother energy taught you, because it could be vice versa as well. It's just because I'm saying, picking up more of a stronger percentage of you with the mother being the good one and the father, well, not being the good one, because there is really no good or bad, but with your mother being the more docile creature and the father being the more snakish, viper type energy. And it's like, you're completely closed off to different aspects of your life. You're closed off, like you're very introverted as a result of all the anger and all the hostility you grew up around as a child. And it's like you've also internalized a lot of the arguing and some of the things that you've learned. So it's like when it comes to love relationships, this is you over here with your eyes closed, like, no, I'd rather be in my own space, be in my own place, than experience this spirit. Spirit's wanting to give you, a Two of Cups, give you a soulmate, and you're over here like, no, I'm better off by myself. I'm better off in this desert. Better off in this desert place. I'm better off being in poverty than being with someone that that could possibly love and that could possibly love this hurt away from me. And it's like you're preferring to be to yourself versus deal with other people. But what you're doing, you're creating an impoverished energy around yourself. You're blocking off the love or the monetary abundance you can have. Get down off of my couch, sir. I'm sorry, my dog is now trying to be active. Lay. Good boy. Good boy. um and quite honestly, Spirit's like, I'm not going to let you continue to do this to yourself. I'm not letting you continue to be on this path where you are so desiring to be. Go lay down, Osiris, lay, good boy, good boy. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. um it's like it's like some of you are even repulsed at the idea of anybody loving you, repulsed at the idea of love because of what you witnessed as children or as teenagers. And Spirit is saying you don't have to take that. For some of you, even with this King of Swords energy here, I feel like this is a step parent that you cannot stand. Um, and you and them probably argued a lot too, whereas your mom was trying to be like the salve and the mediator and the peacekeeper. Like, hey, you go over here and you go over here. We're going to talk about this in the morning. Everybody just go to bed tonight. That's how it always ended. Everybody just go to bed tonight. We'll talk about this over breakfast in the morning. Everybody's tired. Everybody's in this or that energy. And we're just going to focus on it the next day. And Spirit is saying, it's time to open your eyes. It's time to open your eyes. It's time to allow yourself to be able to feel this, to get this Ten of Cups, to experience this love, that is wanting to come into your life. Um, you were so cute. My dog is literally, I wish I could turn the monitor around so you can see how he's literally just like, yeah, yeah. Like he's just looking. I'm sorry. Sometimes his cuteness is very distracting. Um, with the Emperor and the Ten of Pentacles here down, down. With the Emperor and the Ten of Pentacles here, the energy that I get is that you guys, the father figure in this connection, this both your parental connection, he was like the foundation. If he was having a good day, everybody else was going to have a great day. If he was having a bad day, everybody else is going to have a bad day. So with this, I feel like you guys are being challenged with coming to the awareness that you can't have this. Spirit is shedding light on the fact that you do desire this. You do desire to have this financially stable legacy to leave your future family, to cultivate this emotional contentment with a future partner. But because you have your eyes closed, because you're refusing to look at the barrenness you have around you, that you've created, that you've attracted to you by either being selfish with other people, thereby destroying your emotional relationships and connections with people, thereby destroying your connections with, within your workspace. They're saying stop doing that. Stop creating your own obstacles. Stop creating your own abundance blocks to this beautiful fulfillment. Because the only real negative cards I see here are the Five of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. Like, you guys overall could have the most amazing, beautiful families, romances, businesses, all of that. But because you're over here being pissed off and being upset about previous, situations that you witnessed, and allowing the fear of what you witnessed between your parents to stop you from falling in love, to stop you from having that which you desire. And Spirit is saying, okay, that happened. So what? Does that stop you from being able to manifest and have your own happiness in your love life? Does that stop you from being able to call in that soulmate that's going to help you heal through that stuff? I'm not saying, your soulmate is going to be your be-all, end-all, or your business partner is going to be the be-all, end-all in helping you heal. You're going to have to, be proactive in this as well. And so with this energy here, like, for the most part, you guys have a very beautiful reading. It's just you guys are allowing the dynamics of what you witnessed between your parents to stop you from manifesting that. And Spirit is saying it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to shut yourself off and close yourself away to what that divine energy is trying to give you, trying to get you to receive. Don't shut yourself off to that beautiful energy. Don't shut yourself off to it, because you are very deserving of having the love you're looking for. So in regards to your money, the ways in which your parents affected you, you have windfall of abundance. It says an increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and knowing that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. I'm sorry, they were downloading to me for a second. With windfall of abundance here, you guys are being asked to be open to receiving. That's all Spirit is asking you to do. Be open to receiving the abundance of whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, what you're desiring. Some of you, as far as like your parents affecting you, you guys may have grown up poor, living on a farm, or grown up poor, living on the countryside, or, grown up poor in the city. But I keep saying outskirts of the city, because the girl is not even in the city. She's like on the outside. She's not even looking at it. She's that ashamed of it and that embarrassed by it. So some of you are ashamed of the fact that you grew up in an impoverished home. um, and if your parents weren't the type to have any issues, because I do see for another percentage of you, another bit of you, that you guys actually lived in harmony together, with your parents. Your parents lived together in harmony and co-parented perfectly together and are still married till this day. But they just had a lot of financial issues that you guys witnessed and experienced because your parents struggled to make ends meet, even being married to each other. So it's like some of you are like, I'm better off being by myself than being married to a mate because I watched my parents struggle and be defeated and not have what they needed. And, what's the point of being in a relationship with anybody if they can't even support me? They can't even help me. So some of you need to get off your high horse with that type of thinking, because what you're doing, the reason why you can't manifest your financial abundance, because you need to sever vows of poverty. It says, "Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made, consciously or unconsciously, in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time." So some of you have just accepted that this idea that you'll never have money, you'll never be successful, you'll never be go anything beyond that girl on the farm. You'll never go beyond anything beyond that girl living in a trailer out in the country. You'll never live beyond that boy who, wore the same clothes 3 days a week at school and got picked on. And Spirit is here to tell you that was your vow you made, when you first came here, but does it have to continue throughout your entire lifetime? No, it does not. Your childhood and your adolescenthood and your adulthood up until this reading does not have to define your future. Does it presently define who you are? Yes. But do you have to continue to give the past the ability to continue to define you? Continue to define your finances, continue to define your business endeavors, continue to define what your dreams are or who your dream is? No, you don't. You are at perfect liberty to change up your patterns of thinking. You are at liberty to change what you believe, what you want to do. You are at liberty to change that. You do not have to stay in the same patterns just because that's all you've ever known. You can take financial literacy courses if your parents didn't teach you that. You can, major in accounting or economics if that was something that your parents didn't really talk about. Educate yourself on that. That's one of the ways that you can begin to sever vows of poverty. The more you know about money, the more you understand and respect money, the more money will come to you, and that vow of poverty will begin to break and fall off of you. So the next card you have are obstacles and blocks are lifted. It says all your good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles. And blocks are lifted away, sorry. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. So also with this Four of Pentacles card, with this woman holding the coin purse to her chest and everything, and having her eyes closed, there's a sense of ungratefulness and not being in gratitude that you have. Some of you are so pissed off at your parents because if they are deceased, you're pissed off at them because they didn't leave you this large inheritance of money, and they didn't leave you with any type of financial security. But one thing that they did leave you with was love. They left you with love. They left you with the ability to know how to survive on living a minimalist life. They helped you understand that. A lot of people don't even understand. I've had friends that don't even know how to vacuum the floor because they were sheltered. And I have a feeling for some of you in this group, you were not sheltered at all. You knew what hard work was. And there's nothing wrong with knowing how to navigate through the world with earning your keep. There's nothing wrong with knowing how to do that. Now, do you have to stay in that energy of, I have to work hard to feel like I deserve X, Y, Z? No, you don't. But you learn the value of your own hard work and being able to be proud of your achievements for yourself. So in that regard, you can be thankful that your parents taught you that. This looks like Archangel Michael on here too. With the blue energy, with the indigo energy. I feel like the indigo energy is also corresponding with your third eye as well. So for some of you, your parents also left you with the gift of clairvoyance. Either one of your parents was clairvoyant or both of them were. And you're being asked to unblock that energy, unblock that chakra, because there are things, in order for you to see your life, the beautiful life that you already have, that you're already dreaming of, that you want at its core, in order for those obstacles and blocks to be lifted, in order for you to be able to have a better navigation, Spirit has given you a spiritual GPS already via your clairvoyance, your third eye chakra. And some of you have shut that off by having an attitude of being ungrateful for the life you've lived thus far, for everything that you've gained from your hardships thus far. Gratitude spans long beyond, I'm grateful for my health, I'm grateful for X, Y, Z in the present moment. It's also being grateful for the difficult lessons you encountered in your life too. So as far as your romantic aspect of how this particular connection affects you in romance relationships, you have released your ex. So it says the time has come to clear your energy. So for some of you, I feel like some of you had a rich ex that you constantly let come back and forth, in and out of your life as a revolving door. No. And stop, Osiris. Stop. What are you doing? I'm sorry. He's trying to sniff everything that like you had no interest over here. What are you doing? What are you doing, Boomer? What are you doing, my sweet boy? You have released your ex. I guess he's feeling the reading too. You have released your ex, and it says for you to clear your energy. So some of you have exes that were rich, and you continue to let them disrespect you, come in and out of your life because you didn't want to live that struggle that your parents did, that you watched your parents go through happily. So there's some resentment there with that too. And as long as you keep letting this ex come in and out of your life, you will never be able to reach the one that you're supposed to have. The partner that you really desire to have, that you really desire to be with, because you keep allowing this ex, this rich ex that doesn't really have any emotional or spiritual or mental sustenance to them. They just have financial sustenance, and that's the only thing that you care about because you experienced so much poverty in your childhood. And they're saying, your romance angels are saying, okay, you need to step away from this person because that's not even a healthy way of thinking anyway. You know, this person treats you like crap and you accept it simply because they're providing for you. And they're saying, no, you don't need that person to provide for you. You can provide for yourself. You can ask for your angels of abundance to provide for you. You can ask your romance angels to even bring you somebody to help you learn how to provide for yourself and learn how to stand independently and not be codependent on somebody toxic because you feel like money is the only way for you to be happy, and it's not. Also with Release Your Ex, I feel like some of you witness your mother or your father, whoever the traveler is to you, The traveler consistently let the snake slither back in and out of you guys' lives. And it's like they never called for the behavior of the snake to be corrected. They just let them go in and out as they please and do whatever they please, which is why this release your ex card is here. So some of you may have an ex that has resemblances of the characteristics of the snake energy, whether it be your mother or father that was that energy. I feel that as well, you had a tendency to let this toxic ass ex come back and forth, just because it was something familiar and just because it was something that you were used to, that you were used to watching the traveler parent go through with the snake parent. Out of my kitchen. Osiris, come from out of my kitchen. Thank you. Sorry. And it's like you let them come back in and out, in and out, in and out, in an effort in trying to heal what you witnessed in your childhood. And they're saying releasing them is how you heal that with your childhood. Releasing that aspect of your parental connection, that bitterness, that resentment that you have towards either of your parents or both of your parents for whatever reason, whether it be because you guys went through a impoverished time, or because they had money and they didn't really, teach you how to work with money, or the fact that they didn't show you what it is to live in a positive connection with somebody romantically. Then you have reconciliation here. So you need to reconcile the energies from all of your previous. Some of you need to reconcile the energy of all your previous relationships and forgiving that in the spirit world and energetically, and not holding your resentments towards your ex. Release your ex. Some of your exes were. Some of your exes could have been toxic to the point to where you hold on to their energy because you're still pissed at them. And they're over here living their life with their family, with their wife or their husband, and they're living with their significant others and have these 5 beautiful kids or 2 beautiful kids or their beautiful child with that person. And you're still over here, I'm mad at you. How dare you live a happy life without me? After you caused me all this pain and you're living happily, you don't know what's going on in their connection. They could just, social media is so destructive in the sense that we use it as a measuring stick to our value of who we are. And the whole entire time, that happy couple that you're seeing posting stuff on Facebook, like, oh, we're so happy, we're in love, oh, blah, blah, blah. And really and truly, behind closed doors, they fight like cats and dogs. And you're holding resentment and envying and being angry about an ex and where they've moved on with their life, and you're still sitting there stuck in a dead end connection with them. They're not even feeding you their energy. You're still feeding them your energy, your precious jewels, your precious time, by being resentful towards them still. So reconcile that energy, within yourself. It says someone from your past is returning to your life with the reconciliation card. So I'm getting 2 different things with this. You have released your ex because maybe this person could be your person, but you have to release them in order for them to be able to see their own crap that they're doing is not okay, that their own patterns that they have and how they affect their loved ones. And I also feel like this could be you as well. You could be the toxic ex. That somebody you dated feels like you're the toxic ex and they want to reconcile with you, but they see that your attitude and your behavior is so selfish and so hurtful that they don't want to be around that right now. They're trying to give you time to heal to yourself because they see that they cannot do it for you, and vice versa. You cannot heal that person. They have to have that sacred time to themselves to see and understand that they need to heal. So, with reconciliation here, doesn't mean if you don't want your ex back, I'm not telling you have to take them back. You are more than capable of manifesting somebody else who you feel is a better fit for you. But I'm just speaking to the percentage that either want their ex back or that they had a good ex and the person broke up with them because they were toxic. Um, and reconciliation also, I'm not even just talking about a past lover either. I could be talking about a parental connection that you cut off because you were so pissed off and angry with them because of what you went through with them. And some of you don't talk to your parents at all. I'm also getting that as well. Spirit is saying whatever petty grievances you have with your parents, you need to forgive that, because some of you have good parents. Some of you have good parents that want to support you, want to be there for you, but you won't let them be there for you because you're holding resentment towards them for stuff that they tried their best, to make ends meet, try their best to make you have a wonderful childhood, best to be great stewards to you. And you're not even being grateful for that. There are people who had parents that had all the money in the world and just threw money at them as a means of great parenting. Like they let the money, they allowed the money to raise their child versus them being present with their child and spending time with them. And instead of, oh, here's $500, go shopping in the mall somewhere. Bye. Take my credit card. Don't max it out. You have a $300 limit. Go to Justice or Limited to or whatever, and go spend money. Get out of my sight. I don't want to see you. But you guys were blessed enough to have that connection with your parents. And some of you cut it off because they didn't give you the ideal childhood that you wanted. You need to do some inner childhood work and shadow side work to heal that, to reconcile that energy between you and your parents, whether they're living or deceased. It says, give your relationship a chance. Yeah, this is going off of this reconciliation card. Work on your partnership. And also some of you that, were selfish to this good ex that you have that broke up with you because you were toxic. You need to go back and apologize to them. You need to go back and make things right with them, because some of you did not respect your exes, did not respect the good people that Spirit sent to you, to help you get a better idea of who you are, what you're looking for in life. And you need to apologize to that person. And who knows, you could start a relationship with that good ex that you had. But you have to address this. You have to address this inner hell within yourself that you keep creating. This inner barrenness that you keep creating. This inner fight that you keep creating. So moving on to your life purpose, how this parental connection, how the connection with your parents affects you career-wise, you have counseling. You heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic ear. So some of you went through what you went through as children, especially with the emotional and mental abuse from one parent and the other parent just trying to cover the wounds with salve, with sweet words and positive things to you and everything. Some of you, because of some of what you experienced in your childhood, you can be thankful to them that they put you into a position to help others heal. Some of you, I feel like, are family counselors. Some of you, I feel, that are watching this could be relationship counselors or sex therapists even. I feel like counseling, if you haven't pursued it could be something that you need to pursue for yourself to receive healing, because you just simply cannot do it for yourself when you've tried. Also getting with this counseling card, as far as life purpose, maybe you becoming a counselor to people is also something you should consider if you aren't already in that field, to help others heal that have gone through similar situations that you went through with your childhood and adolescenthood. Writing. Some of you may need to start creating blogs, or vlogging, or just basically writing down your path and your journey. And some of you may, want to create a book out of it. It says you heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write. Some of you with this counseling and writing card, I feel like you guys have the potential to be life coaches as well. Life coaching is another thing that's coming to me with this particular group. You guys have I'm so sorry this video is grainy. Oh my goodness, this is becoming more and more grainy. Um, some of you have that ability to reach people through your words, through written word. Your written word is so powerful. You have the power to heal people that have gone through similar situations like you did. So use your creative gifts of writing and using your words and your empathetic ear to be able to guide others along the path, to help them sever vows of poverty, to help them remove blocks off of their life, to help them get into a better idea of better sense of self-worth and being abundant in their own lives. So the next card you have is It Can Be But Myself by Crucified. So this is a spirit message card here. It says on the back, you have no idea of the tremendous release and deep peace that comes from meeting yourself and your brothers totally without judgment. So there's that judgmental energy. This is kind of like, I feel like this is more so relating to the romance aspect of your life, and also judging your parents as well, with the severed vows of poverty and the obstacles and blocks are lifted card in your financial abundance arena. Whatever judgmental thoughts you have, write all that down. Write all that shadow self stuff down. Write all that negativity down that you feel towards your parents. And, you can even write a letter to them, but don't send it to them. Don't send it to them unless spirit moves you to. But make sure you're writing all of your raw emotions out. If you do plan on sending the letter to them, write all of your negative, harsh, ugly words out. Make like a first draft and then create a final draft. Or write however many drafts you feel like you need to until you get all that bitterness and anger towards your parents out of your system in regards to whatever it is you may still be holding on within that connection. It says the past is over. It can touch me not. So it says all your past except its beauty is gone and nothing is left but a blessing. So instead of looking at your past and looking at your childhood and looking at your adolescenthood as it was a burden for you to have gone what you went through, but you became a stronger person because of it. You became a more resourceful person because of what you went through in your childhood. For those of you that had parents that weren't well-to-do, for those of you that had parents that were well-to-do, you're starting off in a space where some people can't even fathom of having a kickstart to do what they need to do with their lives, financially or business wise. Be grateful in whatever aspect your parents role your parents played and whatever lessons your parents taught to you. So that way you don't have to repeat the lesson. View some of the things that you witnessed and you saw and you experienced as a way to grow past it and not get stuck within it. There's a difference between, having a review of the past for reflection and having it walking around with you, holding it in your pocket, holding it in your wallet, holding it in your heart space, and it blocking anything beautiful or more positive from the future to flow into your present. One of the things, so I'm going to read you your last 4 cards here. So angel therapy card to directly challenge this energy that keeps blocking you from whatever true bliss is you're wanting in your life. You have heart chakra. So some of you need to do some serious heart chakra work. You can go see a local Reiki healer. You can do meditations to do energy work on yourself. You can research the heart chakra. You can do a visualization of your heart chakra and ask your heart chakra to speak to you. So that's another form of meditation you can use to unlock whatever is hidden there, whatever self-limiting beliefs you have there in that particular chakra. It says the answer that you seek is in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. So not just romantic love, love from friends, love from coworkers or business partners that want to support you on your journey. Stop shutting them out. Stop shutting them out. Be open to receiving and giving love. The next card you have is integrity. It says, align your actions so that they match your values and inner knowingness of what's right for you. So some of you need to do an integrity check, which perfectly goes with the heart chakra card here. Perfectly goes with it. Because when your heart is not in integrity, you experience all manner of chaos in your personal life. You experience all manner of chaos in your personal life, let me tell you. For a while, I attracted emotionally unavailable people. I attracted people that wanted to use me for my spiritual gifts, wanted to use me in any which way that they possibly could because they deemed me as having something that they felt like they did not have. So, in this, I feel that you guys have had to often fend off people that wanted to just take from you, that wanted to just steal your energy. So make sure your heart is in integrity, before you start attacking somebody else or antagonizing somebody else, saying that they're not being, they're being right in their word. What are you doing? How are you staying in your own integrity? Is what I feel with that card. So I'm going to move on to the good vibes oracle here as like the final pieces of advice for you. I'm also going to read your tiny Buddhist message because I missed it in the beginning. Live in the molecule of the moment in the present breath of now. So stop looking at your past. That's how I take this card. That's how I take this beautiful card. Stop looking at the black space. Stop looking at the black space of your past and look at all the beauty you have on the inside. It's okay to return to this part of it's okay to return to your past, in bits and pieces whenever you feel like you're starting to get clogged or feel blocked again energetically. But it's not okay to sit there and stew in it. You are in your present body. You're in your present adult body. You need to start functioning in it. You need to start feeling and experiencing the beautiful moments in your present journey where you are now, instead of looking at the past over and over again like, but they did that to me. But that person did this to me over here. Start looking for the beauty in your present moments. Because the present is as quick as a singular breath. Already, everything I just said just now is already 42 minutes in the past. And now I'm in the present moment. And now I'm in another present moment. That's how fleeting the present moment is and how quickly the past becomes the past. And yet we keep trying to go back and relive things from the past. And it keeps us from experiencing the gorgeousness that our present is. The next card you have is the wisdom of the moon lives in your soul. So some of you live and exist within the night. Some of you feel like you can only live and exist within the night. Some of you experience things in your childhood in regards to watching your parental connection that you only witnessed and experienced within the nighttime hours. And whatever that energy is, you need to give it to spirit. Possibly even ask the full moon to take that energy away from you. Like imagine that negative energy from your past going to the full moon. Because the full moon cycle, as well as it's about manifesting what you desire for others, like for me, I use it to release what no longer serves me. Because I look at the full cycles of all aspects of the moon. I don't just look at, full moon, I'm going to, make a wish. I'm going to do a ritual for, what I desire. I also use it to release what's keeping me from my desire. So the wisdom of the moon lives within your soul is basically saying, utilize the moon. Utilize the very earth that we exist upon to help you heal things that are blocking you. That are blocking this connection with your parents, both of your parents, from healing. The next card we have, sorry, your tiny Buddhist message. I'm so sorry. I was getting ready to try and go into part 3, to video 3, and we're not even in the other video yet. I'm sorry. So you guys got page 75. And the Psychic Tarot Oracle of the Heart that I ended up using as a bookmark was New Vitality, which is the Ace of Wands, down Boomer, down Osiris, is New Vitality. So this is like the Ace of Wands in traditional tarot. And basically what this is saying is, you know, looking at your present with beautiful rainbows, looking at the potential of the future of what could be if you begin to clear and change your present, begin to change your current mindset that you have now towards what has happened, what has transpired between you and your parents. So the excerpt from Tiny Buddha's book, it says, not forgiving yourself is like picking an open wound. You are only making a bad situation worse. The wound is already there, but you have control over your reaction to it, and you can stop it from getting worse. If you can forgive yourself and also forgive your parents, I'm going to insert that in there. When you make a mistake or when they make a mistake, it becomes easier to address the consequences of your actions and their actions in a productive way. So only utilize going in the past for the simple reason to heal the connection with your parents. To heal the connection with your parents, to not feel like you have to make them continue, you have to continue to make them pay for whatever you perceive that they did to you or whatever you perceive that they didn't do for you. Forgive it and heal it. Move forward in life. That is the only way you're going to manage to receive the true bliss that you're looking for in life. Whatever area of life that is, whether it's in all areas, you know? So, forgive. Forgive is the biggest takeaway from this message here, from this book. Forgiving yourself for holding things in for as long as you did. Also, another healing technique you can look into is Ho'oponopono. It's a Hawaiian art, the Hawaiian art of forgiveness. And it's very beautiful, a very beautiful process. Sometimes it could be so quick as, you know what, I forgive that thought. I forgive, you know, the fact that I held that memory for so long. I forgive the people within that caused that memory, that traumatic event, that traumatic memory to happen. I thank you, you know, Spirit, for showing me. And I love everyone who's connected to this memory. And move on with your life. So, just food for thought. I hope that this helps you, Group 2, and I shall see you in the next video. Thank you.